going to put the snaps on this piece. If you're just sewing snaps on, it's really easy. You're just going to sew them on in the places that I'm putting these snaps on. But I wanted to show you these magnetic snaps that actually have these prongs on the back. So what you want to do is decide where you want the snaps to go. And I find that just kind of using them upside down, placing them upside down so that the prongs aren't in my way, it's a good way to kind of see where I want it. And I like it right here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put a straight pin centered on each side of where I want the snap. Just to kind of mark that, okay? And now I know I want the snap in between here. And this is, you kind of look and see how far apart these are. You can measure and be more precise, but I'm not feeling the precise today. So I'm just going to put a little dot that's right in the center here. And I know this is the center of my snap. Okay? And then I'm going to copy that over to the other side. So I'm going to take this piece of paper here and just line it up with the corner, with this line here, and just go all the way down here, and I can see that this is where my dot is, and then this is where top of the stabilizer piece is. So now I want to copy that, and the easy way to copy that is actually, I just have a rectangle here, right? Here's the corner, 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 and this corner has my spot for the center of my snap. So I'm just going to move that rectangle over to here and copy my spot right there. That's all it takes. You could do all sorts of measuring and fancy stuff, but I just do that. Totally works, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and attach these snaps. So you need something to cut a hole through both the fabric and the plastic canvas. You need to not put your hand behind here so that you can stab your fingers, okay? So if you are going to hold it, hold clearly on either side of where you're going to put your holes. I will mark for you where I'm going to put my holes. I need one here and one here, and then one here and one here, because those are the lines for my snaps, right? Now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife, and you can see this straight edge is not sharp, the angled edge is sharp, and here is my point. I'm going to hold my knife so that the non-cutting edge is away from me and the angled cutting edge is towards me, and I'm going to place it so that the tip of it is at the tip of the line that I'm cutting, because as I push down, it's going to cut in the direction of the blade. Okay, so I'm at the top. My finger is far away from where this is going through. I am not going to cut myself. And I'm going to press through, and I'm going to resist the urge to move my hand to get a better hold, because the better hold will also involve chopping my finger, and I don't want to do that. All right, I did that. Now I'm moving over to the top of the other slit, and I'm going to do the same thing. If you need to kind of hold on this side as well, I kind of hold it with my pinky, again, far away. Look, my fingers are plenty far away from where I'm cutting. I am not going to cut myself. And push through. There we go. All right. Looks like I wasn't quite in tight enough there. There we go. All right, and now I'm going to do the same thing on this side, keeping my fingers plenty far away from my blades. Push through, and over here, push through. Okay. Place the blade to the side, preferably with a lid on it, or in its case if you have one. And now I'm going to push my snap prongs through these slits that I made. And the prongs are easily movable, so you can adjust the width if your cuts are a little bit different than the width of the prongs. But you see, I got that through there without a problem. Now I have the backs. These backs are important. They help with the stability. I'm going to slide the back over the prongs. Okay. And now I'm going to take my pliers to close the prong. Sometimes what helps is if you kind of first grab the prong and bend it towards the center, then you can use the pliers to push that prong shut. Grab the prong, start the bend towards the center, then use the pliers to push the prong shut. Okay, and there you go. Nice and neat. Notice with the snaps that one side is thicker than the other, okay? So I'm going to take the side that is thicker, and that is the side that I put on the shelf, because the shelf is put down a little ways from the edge of the bag, specifically to accommodate the thickness of this snap. All right, so that is why we have it. And you'll notice this snap, the prongs are a little like bow-legged. Can prongs be bow-legged? So I'm going to straighten them up a bit and just get them to the same width as my holes are, so that it's easier for me to slide them through the holes that I made. There we go. Now, again, I'm going to put, if I can pick it up, there we go. I'm going to put the back on here, and then bend this one a little bit to the inside, and then use the pliers to really smush it down. There we go. Bend the other one a little bit towards the center. Use the pliers to really smush it down. There we go. So now I need to figure out where I want the snaps on the other piece. So I'm going to use the paper trick again, only I can't use this edge because this edge isn't on this piece, right? But this edge is. See, this edge and this seam match with this edge and this seam. So that's what I need for lining things up. So I'm going to place so that the edge of my paper, the corner of my paper, is at this corner right here, and lay it flat. And it looks like my center this time is right there. Okay, so now I can do the same thing where I take the corner of this paper. I'm going to actually move this line to the other side. So if I hold it up to the light, I can see the line. That's what I'm doing there. Okay. So now what I had done was I placed this corner right here, placed this straight edge along this straight edge, and then this is where my snap center was. I'm now going to check that. The way I check it is by taking a pin and poking it through. There we go. There we go. Through that. And then closing my box and seeing if the point of that pin hits the center of my snap. And there it is. When the point of the pin is at the center of the snap, this is how things close, which is exactly how it should close. If I open it up a little bit, I can see point of the pin, center of the snap. That's awesome. All right, so now let's see if this side lines up the same way. It does. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. I have the corner lined up to the corner, the straight edge lined up to the straight edge, and here is the little spot where my snap center should be. So now I'm spinning myself around so I can get to this side. I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where I mark where the little slits go on either side of the center here. Okay, you can always measure. If it's a ½ inch apart, then you want a ¼ inch on each side. I think this is probably about 3/8 of an inch apart. So I'm putting it about putting my lines about 3/16 of an inch on either side of the center. Okay, and now again, take the X-Acto knife, keep your fingers away from where you're putting your knife through. Do not stab yourself. You will be sad. It will hurt a lot. You may have to go to the hospital to get stitches. X-Acto knives are not friendly things to be stabbed with. Trust me. All right. I've been an art student and an art professor, and I can tell you, X-Acto knife stabs are painful and a whole lot of paperwork, man. So much paperwork. All right. So now that we've got those in, all right. And you know what? There's really not a good place on the paperwork for I ran over my finger with a sewing machine either, by the way. So, you know, try to avoid that one as well. All right. Ah, the joys of being a college professor. Okay, and the other side, we're going to, well, let's get this one in. So I slid my snap in so that it will actually snap shut. Okay, make sure you're putting everything in the right direction. Now I'm putting the back on. And you're like, hey, that's not very pretty and it's on the outside. Well, that's fine. We're going to have the crochet covering this, so you're never going to see it. All right, so now that I have that, I'm going to do the same thing I did before, where you kind of pull, fold the one side towards the center just a little bit, and then you can use the pliers to close it the rest of the way, and then take the other side, fold it towards the center a little bit, and then use the pliers to fold it over the rest of the way. There we go. Now let's do the other side of the other snap. We're going to push that through. There we go. And put the backing on. There we go. And, you know, that one looks like it's already starting to bend towards the center. We'll give it a little bit more bend anyway. Bend it a little bit towards the center. Smushy, smushy. A little bit towards the center. Smushy, smushy. That's a technical term. Totally smushy, smushy, right? All right. Now we're going to close our bag. Woohoo! Going to take the bag and we're going to go and close and close. Maybe. Let's see. Did it work? Oh yeah, there we go. All right, so there we are.